So, hi everyone, my name is Andre and I just want to show you a little tutorial today in Cinema 4D. And before we get started here in Cinema, I just want to show you the result. And here it is. So let's get started. And we are starting with a sphere, not with a square. Sorry. So let's take a sphere. And we want to have inside this sphere, first let's make the material. We just want to have transparency, and something like 90 or 95%. That'll be okay. And we take a Fresnel here, and yeah, maybe 50% and 20, a little bit more. Yeah, however, we can fix this later. So right now we have our transparency sphere, and inside of this sphere we want to have, not this one, many other small spheres. And we make it 20 or 10 centimeters maybe. And for the segments we just need 12, because when we have a closer look at this sphere, you see it's not looking very perfect, but here is this little checkbox, perfect sphere. And if this is enabled, you see the sphere is perfect. Just when I uncheck this, then it's not so good. So we can enable this 12 segments. And the good thing about this, the segments, the lower side of the segments, is when we just take now our MoGraph cloner object and put this sphere inside, and we want to have many of these spheres, and mathematics is going better later on, because otherwise when we have many segments, the calculation of the physics is taking much more energy of your machine. So okay, we have this sphere, the big one, and we have the small ones. And what we want to have is not a linear, not a radial, not a guitar, whatever it means in English, I don't know at the moment. We want to have this object cloner. And for the object we take our big sphere right here. Bam! Right now they are outside, but we want to have it inside the volume. Boom! So we can just increase it maybe to 215, maybe a little bit too much. Okay, so, and what we also can do is we can, first let's have a look what's happening. Nothing is happening because we need a simulation dynamics tag. For the big one we take the collision tag, and for our inside spheres we just need a dynamic tag. So, and right now, oh, boom. What's happening? Yeah, it's happening because of the of this little thing here, the form. The body is not automatic, because automatic needs means there's nothing inside. You just have the outside of the object, and everything wants to go away. So we need the static mesh. So right now, yeah, it works great. So the first part is done, and we just go on with the second part. Alright, so the second part is that we want to have the function of the pendulum. So we just take a cylinder, make it on the z-axis, maybe 20, maybe 10, and 400, something like that, and push it up on the y-axis at 600 centimeters. So that works good, and we can put the clone inside of our sphere. So yeah, but we just take another material. First of all, we just take something red so that we can see our clones there inside. So next part is that we take, under simulation dynamics, there is this connector thing, and we activate it. And yeah, in the English version it's maybe called something other. In German it's called Scharnier. Very funny for your English guys, I think. Yeah, and this one we want to take. And for the object A, we take our cylinder, and we take the, first of all, just delete this again. First of all, we have to put the connector on the y-axis, on the axis where everything later on is yeah, pendulum around, whatever. So right now we can take, for the object A, we can take our cylinder, and object on the axis, or that axis, and for object B we take our sphere, and we want to take the direction to object. Yeah, and right now we need a null object, and in this null object we take our sphere. And sorry, first we have to put the null object also on 600 centimeter, so that we can rotate it around this point there. So right now, when I go here and point 25 centimeter, no, 50. I know we have to, sorry, 0 degree. First we have to make, out of the collision tag, we need normal, no, delete it, we need a normal dynamic body tag. Yeah, that's true. And we also get back here to moving mesh, because this mesh will be moved. So first we look, everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. Alright. So right now we can rename this in pendulum. No, that's not the pendulum, that's the sphere. So that everything's a little bit organized. And we put this also up at 600 centimeters and call this pendulum. Okay, and then put everything inside the pendulum. And right now we can rotate the sphere about 25 degrees or minus 25. And right now, yeah, great, it works. So that's fine. So right now I just want to get back to 0 degree, because we want to have more of them. But first let's build this to the end. So we just need cylinder, make the radius very low, something like 5 centimeter, and put it up. And hit C to make it editable. And then the 0 point, the orientation point, going down here. That's okay. And then we want to rotate this guy. Maybe something around, I think I took 20 degree, and go there and point it to the middle here. Yeah, that's okay. So duplicate it, -20, that's okay, and another cylinder, and this will be 20 and the height of 10 maybe, and put it up. Yeah, that's alright. So these two guys are not so perfect here, especially this one here. This guy we can put back, and both are at 0 maybe. Yeah, that's okay. So, and okay, we just need to extend both ends until we are in the cylinder up there, and for this one the same. Okay, so, and we just have to put these both inside of our big sphere, so everything's underneath it. So, and right now we can duplicate our pendulum, and yeah, let's duplicate, and maybe -220, because our sphere is 200. So the next one will be -440, and the fourth one -220. Okay, so, and now we can take the sphere null object and -42, or maybe -40, oops, -40, and right now there will be action inside. Yeah, but not so much as I want to. So we have to fix a few things, and it's all about the physics. So the first thing is, if you hit Control D on your keyboard, you came here on this small thing here, and here you can choose the dynamics info for the document. And what I made here was I put up the gravity at 2000, so everything's heavier than normal in the scene. And then we just have to fix the things, the infos for the dynamic body tags. And here for this thing, I took maybe 80, and I don't know what these words in English means. Elastizität, Reibung, you see it. We put it down on 10% maybe, and here 90%. Let's try, let's have a try. So let's hit play. Yeah. Okay, so they are not heavy enough. So what we can do, we can put our own gravity here for each thing, and maybe 5 will help us. Boom. Yeah, not quite. Maybe the collision. Maybe we can put it up to 95%. Yeah, that's better. So you see, boom, this one gets up. Yeah, so we can extend the timeline on 200. And let's have a closer look from the front. You see, if I stop, they all get inside, and then it will be okay when we render it later on. So well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's go to the settings here, and let's take the to 60:9, the ratio, the aspect ratio to 60:9, and we want to hold the proportion, and 640, and we want to have all the frames, and we want to have 24 frames per second. We don't want to save it. We don't want to save it, sorry. Anti-aliasing not good, so just have a look. Boom. So you can see here everything's fine in the spheres. Nothing of this small spheres are outside. That looks really, really good. Not sexy, but good. But the sexy part will come, I promise you. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's okay. So we can stop here. That's fine. That's very good. So, what I learned from Nick Campbell, or you also may know him from Grayscale Gorilla, from his last tutorial, he just take the material for other spheres, for another animation he did, and just go into the illumination channel and take a Fresnel and take it from, yeah, let's take a color. Let's make it bluish, from bluish to a little lighter bluish color, something like that. Okay, and if we take this on all of the spheres, yeah, and then go into our render preferences and anti-aliasing best. One more, that's okay, and we go to ambient occlusion and the maximum ray length to 300. Oh, not 3000, 300. That'll be okay. And right now you may see, oh, and we also need, of course, light. That's not, we have just our standard light on, that's not good. So let's take a plane and scale it in all directions and take it up. Yeah, something like that. And then we take another texture and disable these channels and just take this one and maybe take a fluff and yeah, 2 dB, that's okay, and no interpolation, and yeah, bam, 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 and here we want to have it, yeah, black, then white, black, black, and white. Yeah, something like that. And then we put this on our, come on, okay, on our plane. Okie dokie. So right now, no, that's not fine, that's not fine. Anti-aliasing, and the ambient occlusion, and maybe we just have to get rid of our automatic light. Yeah, that's better, that's much better. So you see that they are just reacting here with the ambient occlusion. It's a little bit dark, everything, so maybe just increase the number for here 200% maybe. Or maybe take a second floor, a second plane, put it underneath. Yeah, something like that. So you can try and have a look how you want to have it. Maybe I just show you my results scene, which I've rendered. Yeah, I took a whole room. Yeah, that's the thing. Of course, I have this room and just not rendered it with, but I have here some. Yeah, these things here. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I have many squares here up on the upside, and they have another light material on it with just the illumination channel and small Verlauf. Yeah. And but I just don't render it with. You see here. I disabled him for the camera. Yeah, so that's right. And then when we render it, you see that looks a little bit sexier. So I hope this was interesting for you, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.